It's not so windy anymore though. Seems okay.
Do you want it louder?
That's probably okay, I think.
There's no feedback.
I just don't think about intervals at all. I don't think about a minor second, major third.
But that's good, no feedbacks.
The pedagogy of music theory is so strong, and any highly trained musician is going to confront this kind of extended just intonation world or interaction of tone kind of area. You need musicians who are willing to try to unlearn music theory and try to restructure their harmonic thinking. 43 prime comes in, but more as this passing tone that's expanding the chordal zone, and then you have 25 thrown in there, and then you have the 28 against the 38, which is this, the 38 wants to become septimal, wants to be pulled down to this other zone, but if you keep it really clear with each other, it creates this kind of melodic movement that I find quite interesting. It seems like everyone has their own way in because there's no standardized practice with it. That's always something I have to face. Also with my composing practice, ideally it would be like wonderful to first have workshops with the ensembles that I'm working with, just to even just talk about this world before we even look at the piece, just to kind of adjust the brain a bit and the listening. It's a kind of material that you can never be precise, and the more and more precise you get, the more you discover that there's more. Each breath or bow or strike or whatever will already have its own inconsistencies. How to also predict these inconsistencies and be able to be fluid with the other person's sounding that will waver, and it's like being out at sea, just like things going up and down, up and down. So as soon as the ego comes in, then you lose it, right? Yeah. Or then you fail.
Yeah, there's a hangover.
But Thomas, I think you're shifted. We were just talking about this when entrances and exits, like there was this question Beck had about whether taking over Frederick's
not necessarily
tone.
taking over, but when we're together.
But I see.
When we're playing at once, that then that reinforces that, like to have what kind of timbre to have with that. If it blends, or whether if I add like a harder tone to it, then it's really going to jump out in the texture. So whether,
but then maybe more objectively, it blends in a different way, harmonically speaking. Because I feel like sometimes the way I tend to hear the flute, sometimes I lose the flute in the overall total sound. But when you have more of an edge to the sound, then I feel like it cuts. It interacts. What I really like is this density being added to, subtracted, and what happens with that. it's not going to show to the audience how virtuosic you are. It's like in the sense of listening and getting inside of it. So I think for the kind of player that is really revered for what they can technically do, it's really frustrating for them because that won't be apparent to anyone. And if they're nailing it, it's probably even less clear because it just sounds, oh, that's just easy.